So why would any organization want to implement a data product manager role? You and I were chatting about that, and we decided it would be interesting if I could be the Chief Data and Analytics Officer of Acme Corporation and interview Juha as a consultant who is coming in to set up that role. So that's what we're going to do now. Juha, welcome to Acme Corporation. Could you tell me what a data product manager is going to do and why I should invest in that role?
Right. Well, Malcolm, thanks for having me. Great to be working with Acme. Regarding data product managers as a new role, the key thing is that what we really want to do is to reorganize our data work in a more sensible way, in a way that is more connected with your actual business, in closer touch with your business users and their needs. And that's the place where data product managers as a role should exist and where they should excel.
Okay, I have to get funding for this, and I'll get pushback from the executives above me saying, well, we didn't have this in the past. Why do we need it now?
Right. So the thing is that the thing that has really changed with the overall principle of data as a product is that instead of us just pushing data from IT and hoping for the best, hoping that people will find uses for the data, we'll actually focus on delivering identified known packages of data that are intended to solve specific business problems. And if we want to create this kind of very usable, understandable package of data, we need to have some person who is sitting on top of that, who is responsible for developing it further, is responsible for understanding the use case and defining the data product as something that actually matches the business need. So in a way, we're kind of switching from kind of push style data work to more pull style work. And the data product owner or data product manager, as you wish, is kind of an integral part there between the IT and the business doing that work.
Okay, how am I going to introduce this, new role to my data engineers? I don't want to disrupt them or kind of, there's some political sensitivities maybe, or they won't understand, or how do we get them on board with this?
Well, in a way, it's kind of easy, really, because most developers and engineers they are at least to some extent familiar with product ownership and agile and Scrum methods and product owners from that kind of context. And this is basically the same idea. We're just bringing it into data scene. It's of course not entirely the same thing. We're not necessarily talking about Scrum or anything like that here, but the idea that a single person sits on top of the product that is being developed, and you're specifically developing a product with its boundaries, with its actual reason for existing, the use cases that the product has, the users and their needs. It's pretty much standard product development, really. And most people in data engineering and overall software development are already exposed to that idea one way or another. Now we're just
Yeah.
switching the mode of this analytics work, BI work, data science work into that.
Okay, I mean that resonates with me. Um, okay, so we went over the people and process bit. Do I have to make any technology investments to do this?
Malcolm, that's the best part. You don't. Because in a way, the beauty of this whole data as product idea is that while you can have, you probably should have technologies that make this easier to implement, easier to actually manage. Like you could have a data product catalog, you could have data contracts set up, you could have a platform that makes it easier to build and publish these new data products and so on and so forth. You don't actually need any of those to get started. The idea is that whatever you already have in terms of technology, you're already producing in a way components of data products. Now we're basically just building an operating model in a way, building the roles and responsibilities around that. And so that we are able to wrap that work done on existing platforms and so on in a slightly different way and package it basically to be something that is more useful, more valuable to the business. So it doesn't really require any new technologies, although there are technologies that will make it easier to do, especially at scale.
Okay, we're a medium-sized enterprise. We make widgets. That's, our main single line of business. And yeah, so how many of these managers do I need? How many data product managers do you think I'm going to have to staff up with?
The first thing to understand really is that it doesn't necessarily have to be a completely whole new person that you're hiring into the organization. In a way, one would think of data product management and the whole role of data product manager or data product owner in the same way as we have previously had discussions around the roles of data stewards, for example, in the context of data governance. The idea there is that instead of hiring all these new people, we should be utilizing the people who already exist in the organization, who already work with the data, who already care about the data. And it's the same with data product managers and owners. The idea is that for each data product, we have a single data product manager. It doesn't necessarily mean that we need to have a huge number of full-time employees working as data product managers all the time. It depends on how many data products we have, how much work there is to be done for each of those. And most likely, we'll already have people who very deeply care about particular use cases, about the particular data products that we will be creating. So if you're now a medium-sized company focusing on making excellent widgets, the idea is that you identify your first data products, you find the people who are kind of naturally suitable for that role, and we start from there. So initially, it's probably just going to be part of someone's daily tasks to act as a data product manager. But as you scale up with more and more data products, then you start thinking of the role as a whole new thing, whole new role to fill.
Okay, no, that makes me feel a lot better because, we're just going to have to repurpose our existing staff. So, maybe we have to talk to human resources about that. Now, is this kind of, education or training or making people into data product managers something that your company does and has experience with?
Yeah, indeed. I've actually worked with a few organizations now where we have these data products and data product owners that are being identified that we are being setting up there. And I think the thing is that this is actually something that fits almost any organization. It's a matter of thinking slightly differently about data, organizing yourself slightly differently, rather than setting up completely new organizations and completely new ways of working, completely new roles. I really don't see any reason to fix kind of limits, that you have to be this large as an organization to be able to do this. It's doable for almost anyone.
Okay, well, that's great. So, yeah, we're very committed to data here at Acme, and I think you've, assuaged my fears and about, how we can stand this new roll up. And let me talk to my people here and, see what we can do next. And I'll set up another meeting where you can come in and meet some of our data scientists, data engineers, and some of the business sponsors, and we can go from there. So thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you, Malcolm. I wish you and Acme all the best.
Thank you. Bye.